Right, hiya guys, it's Tony from Smogvlog, back with you with another unboxing. And what have we got today? Well, quickly, let's get the knife out. Got the knife, shiny knife, looks good on camera. Oh, seamless. What have we got? We've got the Halo Tank Kit 02, like it says on the front here. Now, this was very kindly sent to us from e-cigarette direct. For a quick review for those guys. They've also sent us this rather fetching summer strawberry. Now you might think I'm losing my mind getting a 6 milligram nicotine level because we only ever sort of vape 3. However, this kit is a mouth to lung kit. Now don't freak out, although it comes with the 1 ohm mouth to lung coil available on e-cigarette direct's website. They also have the 1 ohm direct lung coil and the 0.5 ohm direct lung inhale coil packs, which are compatible with the tank in here. Anyway, that's enough waffling about that. Let's have a look around the box like we always do before we get into the succulent goodness, as it were. So, as we can see on the front here, this bloody stupid thing, this product contains nicotine, which is a highly addictive substance. However, in the small print here, the following warning applies when the product is used with e-liquid containing nicotine. Dun 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 da da da. Why don't they just, incorporate that into that? This product can be harmful if you put nicotine in it, or better still, just do away with it. So yeah, that's enough of that. Let's tour around the box. Nothing on the side apart from Halo Vapor Co. On the other side, your barcode and some other stuff. Complete e-cigarette solution. And on the back, take your vaping to the next level. Yep, so they're just giving you sort of like a sales spiel about it being an all-in-one kit and one of these other useless bloody warnings down here. Anyway, I'm getting annoyed looking at those warnings, so we're just gonna jump straight in. E-cigarette direct, their website do make a big thing about this being a complete solution. So that means that if this is going to be your first kit that you're going to be starting out on, and you're going to be starting with that 1 ohm mouth to lung coil that comes with it, if you progress on from that up to down to the 1 ohm direct lung, or even the 0.5 ohm, they're just making a point that the tank is compatible with those. You can move on to those without having to buy a whole new kit. Which is good. I mean, I remember my first kit, it was a bloody Sigil-like thing. And what can you do with that? That's it. You're you're beholden. So yeah, it's nice to see that these companies are sort of, it is marketing for them, but it's also investing in their product. They're not just shooting out one product and saying, right, that's it, and if you want to move up to the next thing, then you're going to have to buy a whole new thing. They're saying, this is what it comes with. This is where you're going to start if you want you to progress on further, by these other coils, and that will then take you on your vaping journey, as it were. Now in there I've just found a manual for this thing, which is good. I wasn't expecting a manual. It comes with a manual, which is great for beginners out there that are a little bit worried or apprehensive about maybe using their first vaping device. Also in the pack we have a battery safety guide. I haven't read this yet, but I like the fact that they're including it. That is top marks. Right, I've just quickly scanned through that. I'm not going to read it all out to you because it is all stuff that you should already know. And if you don't know, get onto e-cigarette direct, get one of these kits and read through it for yourself, because it all makes sense. Also, they're not leaving you hanging by giving you a set of instructions and saying do this, don't do that. They're also saying if you've got any fucking questions, get in contact with us and we'll put you straight on anything that you're confused about. And that is, again, good show from e-cigarette direct. Let's have a, do we scan through the manual first? We do scan through the manual. I've got to leave this alone before we get to this. We do this. So Okay, let's do the wordy thing. All right, I'm going to come straight out and say it. That is a very comprehensive, wordy thing for a beginner's device, which is excellent. That's how it should be for someone that's just starting out vaping. They cover everything off. And honestly speaking, you can never have too much information. Going through the manual and just showing you guys, they've got you getting started here and taking you through the device, what all the different parts are. Then we've got what's in the box and a quick overview of what mouth to lung and what direct lung inhale means. Sort of a cheat sheet, I suppose, for vaping. Setting up your device with pictorials of your coils, your tank, your battery, how it all goes together. Locking and unlocking your device, vaping for the first time on it, what your battery level indicator and corresponding colours are on the battery, so it will indicate what level of charge the battery is at for you. Your different coil options, the 3 coil options that they're going to be selling, or the one that comes with it, but also the 2 others that are available for it. Charging for it is 1.5 hours. Maintenance, keeping it clean. Technical bit is just a breakdown of all the pertinent information to do with the tank and battery times. It's pretty much just everything we've been over, but just the important bits on one sheet. And they also do the same for the tank. Then you've got a section on troubleshooting, which is awesome. So if anyone gets this and they run into trouble, they've got a nice section here to refer to if they're out of hours on the phone system. Just general tips to go through to try and get your thing working. My tank is producing a burnt taste. My tank is leaking. Safety features. Safety information handling. See what I mean about it being comprehensive? Yeah, this is the boring bit, you know, looking through the manual, but you know, if anything happens here that shouldn't be happening, this is going to be your first port of call, and having more information here to help you try and troubleshoot what's going on here is a great thing in my view, in our view. Warnings, just in case you're pregnant and breastfeeding or taking medicines. Yeah. And then side effects of what could happen if you haven't been a vapor before and notice any weird things happening to you when you start vaping for the first time. Honestly, this there's a list here. List of side effects include feeling faint, feeling sick, nausea, headache, salivation, pain in your abdomen, diarrhea, sweating, dizziness, hearing disturbance, and weakness. That's pretty much my Saturday night / Sunday morning, you know. If I'm missing any of those, then I'll be wondering what the hell's going on. Reporting any side effects, e-cigarettes in children, and using your e-cigarette with nicotine containing nicotine, and then referring you to those messages on the front of the box. Enough of that, let's get to the good stuff. Right, USB lead. It's got red ends. Someone's been choking the USB lead. That's good to identify. It is a good identifier, because then you'll see that and you'll say, well, all my other USBs are, you know, a single colour. Where's my e-cigarette one? Oh yeah, it's the one with red ends on it. Right, how long is it? Ding dong. Said the actress to the bishop. Bloody hell, that is quite a length. That's probably about 3 foot. Somewhere between 2 and 3 foot. That is a good size USB lead. I am happy with that. What else have we got? Here is our 1 ohm mouth to lung coil, and here is the purple one. I was very happy that they came in purple. Oh, it's smooth. Oh, that feels a bit naughty. Oh, it does look a bit funky though. They also produce these in black and, let's get that bloody focus working. There it is. They also produce them in black and stainless, and I was really quite tempted by the stainless one, but I always sort of gravitate towards stainless. I quite like silver. I'm a bit of a fucking magpie that way, and I make no apologies for it. But I saw the purple one, and I thought, well, that's kind of smogvlog colours, isn't it? So it would be rude not to go for the stainless one. This feels really quite nice. I'm a bit blown away with the quality of it. Right, let's take these apart for the minute so we can give them the once over. Looking through the manual, this is a 900 milliamp hour battery in here, which is why it only takes an hour and a half to charge. USB charge on the bottom of it, which is a refreshing change to see that, because usually they're at the halfway mark here, which I've always thought is a bit stupid because you've got to put it down. But this potentially gives you the option of plugging your USB in. He says, get it round the right fucking way, you knobber. Plugging your USB in, put that there, and then setting it down. Potentially with the weighty tank on top, with it full of e-liquid. I don't know, is that causing another problem of it going, oh, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, you'll still get the option of putting it down like that. It's just nice to see it at the bottom. But anyway, it's smooth. It's smooth and rubbery. It feels a bit naughty. I'm not going to apologise for it. That's it. You're coming here for the impressions. Them's are the impressions. All right, top down to bottom. There's your drip tip, plastic. It looks like an all right ball. It looks like it will do what it says on the tin. We've got a seal on the inside of the drip tip hole. Gonna go with the drip tip hole. There's a seal around the inside there, so that when you chuck that in there, that's creating the seal. And we've got another silicone or rubber seal here at the bottom, so that when you screw that together, it's all nice and e-liquid tight. And we like a bit of e-liquid tight. It's not really too much else to say. I like the colour. The airflow adjustment is spinny. 2 holes, but they don't stop. But it's not really a massive problem at this stage of the game. What else is there to do? I'm not going to stick that in because I'm going to give this a quick clean up. I'm going to quickly clean this up and then we'll be back. Hold on. Right, we're back. It's a very quick clean up. In actual fact, it was so quick I've actually made myself a nice cup of tea at the same time. What I was supposed to say before I went away, or what I should have rather said, what I should have said before I went away to clean it up, although it didn't look like it had any extra machine oil or, you know, any shit all around it. It does look very clean. It's just a rule of thumb as far as we're concerned. Whenever you start using one of these things for the first time, you don't know where it's come from. It's just something I always say. You don't know where it's come from, and it's going to be something you're going to be using yourself to inhale something into your own body. It is up to you whether you want to do it. I do it. I always clean up everything I use for the first time because you just don't know. And I'd just rather err on the side of safety. And that's that. Right, let's get this mouth to lung coil going. We did do mouth to lung stuff not that long ago. That sounds so pervy. We did do mouth to lung stuff. That sounds like arse to mouth. Ugh. Oh god. No, we did a mouth to lung review or something like that. I remember us doing it anyway a while ago. And now I've completely lost the thread of where I was going with that one. I do find it quite easy going back to mouth to lung just because I was a smoker for such a long time. But anyway, it's not about that. It's about summer strawberry. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Duh. Anything interesting? Anything interesting? Warnings, left, right and centre. Ingredients, may contain... may contain traces of nuts. Brilliant. It's funnier than it should be. May contain traces of nuts. I'm not making it up. Right there, let's check him up there, see how long that stays there. Right, there was a little thing inside there that's Halo Vapor Co e-liquid. Read all of this leaflet carefully and you start using this product. So it's a 50-50 PGVG, available in 0, 3, 6, 12 and 18 milligrams. Eyes aren't working. Yep, there's a lot of useful information on there, including warnings for before you use it, instructions on how to use it, instructions for storage, addictiveness and toxicity, possible side effects, and the manufacturer's contact details. I'm not going to read through it because it's quite wordy, and I know how to use e-juice. So, moving on to said e-juice, let's give it the smell test. Well, it smells like strawberry, so we're on to a winner straight away. Right, what I'd normally be doing now is priming that coil right up, but we can't do that. But as it's a mouth-to-lung coil and the instructions don't actually say about priming the coil, I'm not going to do it because I've had a few other starter kits where it says, actually, you know what, don't prime the coil. You may want to prime the coil. Okay, hold on, stick a pin in that and come back to this. When you fill it up, only fill it up as far as, you know, below the central chimney. If you go over that, it's just going to spill out and there's going to be a horrible mess. And so, finger tight with the mouth to lung coil in there, straight on top, screw it down. Instructions make reference to finger tight. I don't know how that's pervy, I don't know why I'm laughing, I don't know. And then you've got to leave it for 15 minutes. So we'll be back in 15 minutes then to see. There it is. Alright guys, here we are back exactly 15 minutes later. Definitely not an episode of Game of Thrones later, because that's, you know, that's crazy talk. Who the hell said that? What are you guys on? You're vaping some crazy stuff. Right, anyway. Point is that it's definitely had enough time to wick in that 1 ohm mouth to lung coil. So, powering the bad boy on, 5 clicks, we've got a green light. Let's see what summer strawberry tastes like. Much like a candied strawberry. Obviously not expecting clouds bro clouds because it is only a 1 ohm mouth to lung coil, so you're restricted by that, taking it in the mouth, ding dong, and then inhaling it into your lungs. With that being said, if you are coming off of cigarettes, this is a very good replication of smoking a cigarette. I mean, that's me taking it in the mouth and inhaling it into the lungs and then blowing it straight out onto the table here so that you can see the amount of vapor produced from it. And that's very reasonable for a starter kit. And that's the whole reason why we got the 6 milligram nicotine instead of the usual 3 milligrams, so that it produces more of a throat hit when you're vaping it mouth to lung. Because you're going to be taking in less vapor as opposed to direct lung inhaling, it will give you a better throat hit. Also, I'm just realising that's a really nice touch that they've done here with the battery indicator on either side of the button, so it doesn't matter whether you're left or right-handed, you will always see what level of charge your battery is at. That is a good idea. I'm also glad to see for once, after reading the website, that the summer strawberry, I nailed it. It is a candy strawberry flavour they're going for there, and it is coming through like that. Alright, that about does it, I think. We've covered everything. I've used it briefly. We're going to test this to the nth degree now, and then come back with a full review video for you guys, just to see if it's going to be your kind of bag. Alright guys, so that about wraps it for this unboxing video, re-wrapping the unboxing video. See what I did there? Please like, subscribe and share, follow us on those social medias. If you've got any questions, comments, whatever else, leave it in the crotch box down below. But for now guys, thanks for watching Smog Vlog. Right, hiya guys, it's Tony back here. Fucking hell. And you're going to be starting with that 1 ohm coil that comes, 1 ohm direct lung. Fucking hell. 1 ohm maintenance, keeping it clean. Because that's what you do with your willy. No, I'm not vaping someone's willy. And I'm not vaping my own, you bloody pervs. So what's left to say? Please like, maybe this time with words.